Hi, I'm Tom Ruggia, President and CEO of Samsara Vision. At Samsara Vision, we are innovating for patients with late-stage age-related macular degeneration. We do this with our smaller incision, new generation, implantable miniature telescope. This device is implanted in the eye of a patient with late-stage AMD. These patients are generally blind, maybe able to see the big E on the top of an eye chart. And after implantation, these patients are able to see 4 lines deeper on the eye chart, so bringing vision back to patients who are blinded. I've been in ophthalmology for 25 years, 15 years with Alcon, 5 years with Johnson & Johnson. I came to Samsara Vision with a passion for patients who are stuck at home living with visual handicaps and bringing them back out into the environment and giving them that freedom that they had for most of their life. Yeah, today, 11 million patients live around the world with late-stage AMD. They don't have any other options. So earlier in the disease, there are options for things like wet AMD, where they can be treated with injections to quell the neovascularization associated with AMD. But at the end of the disease, they're often left blind, and this blindness is central blindness. So they can't see faces, read books, read television, closed captioning, watch TV. They're afraid to leave their homes. And that central vision is so important to communicating and living your life freely. So the Sing IMT brings that central vision back to these people who have been sort of left on the sidelines in ophthalmology. The Sing IMT is a true Galilean telescope, miniaturized for implantation in the anterior segment of the eye. This device magnifies light 2.7 times, and the patient's retina, the light is centered parafoveally on the patient's retina around the area of disease and allows the patient to fill in that central vision gap that's missing because of the lesion associated with AMD. Yeah, exciting development from our company. One of our surgeons brought us a new technique. Professor Stanislaw Rizzo out of Rome brought us a new technique called the double lens technique, where we can take a patient who has had a previous cataract surgery and implant them with the Sing IMT, giving them that hope they'll be able to see centrally again. Patients with AMD that have cataract surgery only get about 2 letters improvement after cataract surgery, and that's based on data from the ARID study, one of the most extensive studies of the aging eye in the world today. And these patients are very frustrated that they can't get the same benefit from cataract surgery that their friends and neighbors that don't have AMD get. So now with this new technique from Professor Rizzo, we can implant the Sing IMT in a patient who's had a previous cataract surgery and bring 3 to 4 lines of vision back to those patients. That technique and the label expansion into pseudophakic patients or patients who have had previous cataract surgery is the most exciting thing coming forward in our company, that we're looking at a trial in Europe to get that label expansion that should make it to market by 2027. Well, upstream in the disease, there are many treatments. Lifestyle modification very early in the disease. As the disease progresses, patients can get injections for wet AMD. Today in the United States, even geographic atrophy, which is sort of intermediate stage AMD. But once they progress into the end stage or late stage of the disease, there are no other surgical or pharmaceutical options today. So the Sing IMT offers the only opportunity for patients to gain meaningful vision back. In fact, in a 6-month trial, multi-center trial published recently out of Europe, patients beginning before surgery could only 29% of patients could read. Post-surgery, 6 months after operation, 97% of patients reported the ability to read. So we're the only device today that can bring this kind of meaningful life change back to these people who have entered late stage. The patient stories are why I do what I do. I love going to surgery and being in the OR with our surgeons. Probably seen 10% of our 430 cases live and in person. But my favorite thing to do is one day post-op, when the patient comes in, takes the eye patch off and tries to use their vision. Now, it's not perfect on day one, but they have that hope. You can see it in their eyes and in their smiles. They have that hope that within a short period of time, they'll be able to see things close and far again in the central part of their visual field. And it's the most meaningful. It's the reason why, getting up and going to work as a small company CEO, there's so many challenges associated with it, but those moments really make the job worth doing. AMD itself is a disease of about 200 million patients, growing to 250 million patients in short order. That's everybody in AMD. Today, late stage AMD, there's about 11 to 15 million patients worldwide. In the United States, there's about 500,000 patients. In Europe, there's about 1.1 to 1.2 million patients. We are currently commercially available in Europe with our Sing IMT, working on that market first, in trial in the United States to bring this Sing IMT to the 500,000 patients residing here. Yeah, the great thing about our category is that government payers and private insurers are willing to pay for this kind of technology. Today, our reimbursement in Europe is north of 18,000 euros for the device, which is a wonderful selling price. In the United States, CMS hospital reimbursement for the day of surgery is 16,500. So these are fantastic reimbursements for a device that for us, the cost of goods is relatively reasonable, leaving us with a really strong business case that comes from doing so much good for people. Sure. Yeah, I think we're very excited about our company's movement through from when I started. We had a CE mark that was very, very new and recent. We were still dealing with COVID. I started in July of 2020, but we got going for all intents and purposes in 2022 in Europe with a very small team. That team, they're amazing, and they've been able to move our company forward to now 430 patients treated. 115 centers have done at least one case, and we see adoption trends in about 60% of those surgery centers. So our users group of surgeons who have done at least one case is growing. It's a great family environment, and now that we've been able to establish the high level of reimbursement in Europe, we've set ourselves apart from other potential treatments, and we're on our way. It's just been an exciting time with a great team, and we look forward to the 2 or 3 years to come and what this company can become.